If you're considering buying a pre-construction condo, make sure to watch this video to hear about my pre-construction pitfall number 2, cancellations. So the majority of condo units in an upcoming development are bought by purchasers before construction in the building even begins. However, sometimes the project doesn't ever begin construction and the development gets canceled. Take this most recent project cancellation in Vaughan as an example. This project totaled just over 1,600 units, which represented around 1,100 different buyers, and was recently canceled after the developer claimed that the project was no longer financeable. Deposits, which in some cases had been handed over years ago, have been returned, however without any interest or any kind of appreciation. Purchasers are left with a return deposit, but in a market that they likely can no longer afford due to appreciation of the condo market over the past few years. Which leads me to my next example, the Arch Lofts project in the Junction, formerly known as Union Lofts. To make a long story short, the developer ran into drastically increased costs while undergoing construction, causing them to cancel their agreements with the original buyers, but giving them the option to repurchase within the same project, albeit at a much greater price than they originally paid. I will say that cancellations aren't common when you compare the number of projects that get completed with the number of projects that don't ever start. However, the number of cancellations aren't insignificant in their occurrence. Urbanation, which is a real estate market research company, reports 11 canceled projects in the GTA since the start of last year. Those 11 canceled projects represent almost 4,000 units that never got built. So cancellations are rare, but they do happen, and it's something that you need to be aware of. If you're considering making a pre-construction purchase, make sure that you research the developer before you proceed. And remember, if you're buying a resale property, this whole cancellation issue will never be a problem. I'm Harnish, Toronto Real Estate Navigator with Bosley Real Estate. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you watch again. Take care.